Alaskan photographer Jeff Schultz. I've been fortunate over the years to have learned photography and what makes compelling images from some really big names in the photo world. I've always found it quite difficult, though, to get honest feedback to improve my photography unless I went to a photo workshop of some sort. It's difficult to get genuine and honest feedback from an experienced photo person. You have likely received feedback about your photography from posting on social media or from friends and family. But more about them is that your followers and family are more likely to say things like, "Great photo," or "Now that's a winner." They're typically not educated in the arts to tell you exactly why it's a great image or not. Or perhaps you've entered photo contests and had some feedback there, like, "Needs improvement in the composition." Well, that's great, but things like that really are not qualified critique that can truly help, only non-specific praise or feedback. Most serious photographers want to know if they have what it takes. What is it specifically that makes this a really good photo or not? And what exactly can be done to make it better? What's different and worthwhile about my image critique is my background as a seasoned professional, published photographer, and photo editor. My career has given me the skills and ability to communicate specifically about what will improve your images and your photography in general, like what techniques you might want to learn or incorporate to get your photos to stand out from the norm. We all naturally experience plateaus in our art, and it sometimes takes someone we don't know but trust to give us an objective feedback and a kickstart to see our photography differently. Just like in my Alaska photo workshops and tours, the photo critique I give my clients at that time helps expand their photography and take it to the next level. Now, after I get back from a photo shoot, I typically critique my own photography and adjust elements in post-processing to make them better. Take a look at this image, for instance, and listen to what was going through my head when I saw it after shooting. First off, I really like the light, and I really like how the contour of the mountains and all that lead me into the frame from this bottom bright area into the frame. It has a really pleasing effect. I like the little patches of snow that allow my eyes to kind of move up the frame, so to speak. Then, typically, a person will want to move around the frame, either clockwise or counterclockwise motion. And when I do that, one thing I notice as I come around on this side, coming down, is this patch of snow here. It really stands out against this dark background, which is great, but because it's been cut right here, my eye wants to go out of the frame. I literally want to go out. It stops me from continuing my motion around the frame. So that's not good. That needs to go somehow. And then further, as I come down here, I love all this patterns here of the melting snow. But as soon as I get over to this corner, this sacred corner here, this is a real bother. This other snow patch just makes me stop. As I come up this other side, I really like the way I'm bobbing up and up the frame here. And these rocks tend to slow me down, which is good. It's something to look at. But as I do that, this snow in here, because it's forming this line, I tend to want to go out of the frame right here as well. And there's something about this particular shape of the downward slope that just makes me want to go this direction too. There just seems to be too much weight in this particular area. Now, one thing you can do when you're looking at your photos is turn them over. Turn them upside down and just see what you see there. Because your mind is not dwelling on a correct reality, it tends to see the obvious much better. This area stands out for sure. This likewise stands out. So it's just one little trick to use when you're looking at your own photography. So what would I do in this case? Well, one thing I might consider doing is cropping in like this. I just moved the entire crop closer. So I got rid of this snow patch that was on the left. I certainly got rid of the snow patch that was at the bottom. And now this rock, it just helps me move up the frame. I eliminated the big patch of white snow over on this side right here that took me out of the frame. And likewise, this slope isn't so pronounced. Now, you might contend, well, you sure did wipe out the cool looking sky. And yeah, that's true. So this is one way to crop it. But another way that I think would work well is making it almost square. Now I have a lot more sky, and that makes an interesting photo right there. So that's perhaps one way to make this photo better. So this is the type of image critique which is what I'd like to do for you. Point out the positive and improvement areas of an image. All critiques are confidential, and not only will you learn, but you'll come away feeling encouraged with new options which will improve your photography. So, rather than spend some bucks on new gear that you may not use, consider investing for the long term in an image critique and instruction that will make a difference the next time you're out shooting and take your photography to the next level.